kalimat of Allah, the words of Allah. Now then, the very last ayah of Sura Kehf. A world which is waging war on Islam, waging war on Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, waging war on the Quran. Say to them, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ. Say to them, I am but a human being, like all of you. I was born, and I will die, and I'll be resurrected. I'm just a human being, like all of you. With this exception, yuha ilayya, it has been revealed unto me. I am the recipient of divine wahi, divine revelation. What is the substance of that divine revelation? Annama ilahukum ilahun wahid. That your Lord, your God, is one and only one God. فَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ. Whosoever then has hope in his or her heart to meet with his Lord or her Lord on the Day of Judgment, meaning to meet with him in a meeting which would be happy, not terrifying, a happy meeting. فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا. Then be righteous in your conduct. Righteous conduct, righteous deeds will take you to a happy meeting with your Lord. فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. The punchline, the most powerful words of all, are saved for the very last. If you wish to have a happy meeting with your Lord on that last day, when you will be judged, then be careful. Be very, very, very careful. Do not commit any act of shirk. All around us in the world today, all around us, we are surrounded with shirk. And very few can even recognize the shirk, much less to respond to it. This then has been Sura Kehf, and when we meet next week, you're going to be sorry for me, but I will have the unenviable task of trying to bring together the entire class that I have taught over 17 weeks to bring for you a synopsis which wraps it all up together. All right? Any questions? Yes. Notes from last week. This brother out there, Brother Hasib, he's recording. We've not been given out any notes since we started Gog and Magog. We stopped giving out notes when we started Gog and Magog. And when we ended the lectures on Gog and Magog, then we started the ayah by ayah. So there are no loads since then. So you'll have to get the tape recordings of the classes. Yes?
Some authority are confused on Yom Qiyamah, judgment, and resurrection.
Yawmul Qiyamah is a term that encompasses all of us. In Yawmul Qiyamah is the judgment, in it is the resurrection. The judgment is called Yawmuddin, Maliki Yawmuddin, the day when the truth of religion will be manifest. The resurrection is Al-Ba'th. Al-Ba'th ba'd al-Maut. Al-Ba'th. Ba'atha means to raise. The raising after death, that's the resurrection. Yawmul Qiyamah would be that period of time when Allah's punishment commences. Allah's punishment commences when Allah releases into the world Dajjal, and He releases into the world Gog and Magog. And so Yawmul Qiyamah commences before the end of the world. I got an email from a sister in Australia 2 days ago, an extraordinary Muslim woman. Her name is Sister Shifa Mustafa. She writes prolifically, and her writing is powerful. And she listened to she never met me, she listened to my lecture. She got it in Australia. And she wrote to say to me, that she was convinced by the comments I had made concerning the implications of the change in Qibla. If you have attended the lecture on Jerusalem in the Quran, then you would know that we said that when Allah changed the Qibla, the implication was that He now closed the door for divine mercy for Banu Israel. That door to mercy had remained open until the arrival of Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. This was the only door to divine mercy, only door. If they had accepted Him and believed in Him and followed Him and honored Him and respected Him and assisted Him, then Allah would have had mercy on them. This is in Surah Al-A'raf, at the end of Surah Al-A'raf. But since this is the only door to mercy, once they reject Him, then that one door to mercy will be shut. And once that door to mercy is shut, then it will no longer be possible for them as an ummah to earn Allah's mercy. And hence Allah's punishment now begins. And so 17 months after the Hijrah, when it was clear that they had rejected Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shut the door. The first thing He did was to change the Qibla. It is called Naskh, Mansukh, abrogation. He cancelled or abrogated the previous Qibla, replaced it with the new Qibla. Where is the new Qibla? Makkah. Someone should tell the misguided leader of that misguided Jamaat, the new Qibla is not in Washington. It amazes me, you know. What He's done to me is sufficient. Sufficient. That I can't travel anymore now. Many communities around the world and I can't go to preach Islam because of this man. But what he's done to Maulana Siddiq Ahmad Nasir is far worse. And so if he is in any gathering and he's invited to stand up to speak, I'll leave that gathering. I won't sit in that gathering. No. To pay tribute to the memory of all those who came before me in this country and who now sleep in their grave, I will not sit in a gathering where he stands up to speak until that day he goes to Maulana Siddiq Nasir and apologizes and seeks forgiveness. And he's restored to his position as a Muslim, the leader, spiritual leader of this community. There's never been another scholar in this land, in the history of Islam, this is my opinion, who is the equal of Maulana Siddiq Ahmad Nasir. And when students of mine are present where such a man is standing up to speak, I would expect of you also to act with integrity, to show the hurt in your heart. Don't ever enter into any verbal abuse, any banding of words with such people. No. وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا السَّلَامَ. You part peacefully away from them. What was the subject we were discussing? I got so angry. Qibla. You have no idea. I have known Maulana Siddiq Nasir since he was 18 years of age. When he arrived in Karachi like a baby, faced like a baby, Maulana Fadlur Rahman Ansari sent me to the airport with a taxi to greet him, bring him to the institute. And I've seen him grow before my eyes as a model of piety. A grandson of a worthy Maulana in Guyana, his grandfather, the great, yes, his father, may Allah have mercy on his soul. And that for such a man to be treated the way he was treated, this country is lucky to have him. Many other Muslim communities around the world will be very happy to have him. And he stays here. He stays here. And a misguided leader of a misguided Jamaat would kick him around like a football, humiliate him, disrespect him. And until Imran came back to this country, it didn't seem as though anybody was standing up to call a spade amongst the scholars of Islam. No. It drives me crazy. So sometimes I forget what I'm thinking. When the Qibla was changed, then Allah went on to change the law of fasting. Remember? And then He went on to change the law of the punishment for zina. The punishment for zina. You know, we have girls